visit some brother out on my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Hello, my sunflowers. How are you? How are you? And how are you? Well, I hope everything with you is fabulous.
Yes.
However, I'm going to be reading on Tyler Perry. Okay. I don't want to read on this man. It just breaks my heart. Here, another one. I say that. Was that Fat Joe who said another one, or was it
another
something?
one?
Who said that?
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled. Yeah, but DJ Khaled, another one, and I hope it's not you. I mean, they like going through these men like a rushing river.
They really are.
They just drowning them, white, black, and Hispanic. My God, Jeffrey, what's his name? Epstein was found innocent.
Yep.
And he's dead. I could have sworn I seen him on TV. I don't know, it was a year or so ago, and he was in Israel. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I still say his death is really curious to me.
Yes.
You know, because, you know, they show on TV. Maybe I should read on that. I will read. You know what? It'll be allegedly, because we'll never be able to put that on the list. Because this has been bothering me. I'm going to read on him.
Okay.
Is he living or dead? Because it's kind of curious. A man has been dead for a couple of years, and now you're going to come and tell us that he's alive.
Yeah.
But he's going to spiritually, ghostly come from the grave? How you going to explain that? I don't know. For whatever reason, there is a reason that they are stating that out loud.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense at this particular moment. So I got my antennas, and I already been saying I don't think he's dead. I really don't. This is not like a Michael Jackson thing. I think he is in Nakito, what's that word? Incognito. I think he's in Israel. I think he's under another assumed name, and I think we will never see the likes of him again.
No.
That's what I think. I think that he probably looked the same. He's probably a little older. He probably had a little surgery done, but I think he's alive in Israel. That is what I think. I think his death was mysterious. I mean, they said the guards went to sleep. I mean, they could have. Now that's two guards.
Yep, two.
Come on. I believe that they done did something. Now, that's what I believe. Everything I say is allegedly, but I'm going to do a reading on that. Now, you know, see, that's what I say. When something call me, I'm answering.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah, I'm definitely got to read on that. So, is he living or dead? That is the name of it.
Yeah, okay.
Did you write it down?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Is he living or dead? You did that for me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, baby clone.
You're
so
welcome.
Now back to Tyler Perry. A legend, a mogul, a hoggle.
Yeah, he has turned into a hoggle.
A hoggle, because to know he have why do all these men that's into these freaky deaky things have islands?
I have no
What
idea.
is with the islands things?
Secrecy.
I mean, all this, even the Beyoncés and them have islands. What the damn? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, what the turkey is these islands about?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Mysteriously happen on islands.
It just seems like everybody want an island, and all this freakiness going on their islands. What the heck? First of all, I'm not going on no island on a boat out there in the middle of away from civilization. You're the only one out there and me. And I don't know you like that. I don't think so. I can't imagine what it's like being out isolated, where you and your staff,
Yeah.
if you have any, it's the only one on the island. And to get back to the mainland, nobody lives there.
No.
Just you and you alone.
Yes.
And you go back to the mainland. I guess I'm too much of a people's person.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that can go on. You can scream, holler, I can kill you, something, take you, and nobody would know. I don't feel in that
Even
island
Squid
stuff.
Games was taken on an island.
Talk to me.
Squid Games that Netflix.
I know what that is, but you said island.
Yeah.
I said
that the whole
when they was you talking about the game or the show. the series.
show, the series. All of that happened on an island.
They filmed it on an island, or was it a game?
Where they host the Squid Games at.
Okay.
Was an island.
Where that guy? What's his name? Name of the blogger who's famous, who owns Squid Games. He made this. He did it. What's his name?
I don't know his name.
You do know his name. He's the big blogger. He's the one that made Mr. Beast.
Oh, okay.
That's who you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the actual
movie series. Oh, okay.
Squid Games.
Okay.
And talking about how even those isolated one-off games was taking place on an island where you're away from civilization. Nobody knows what's going on.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy to me. So
islands are now a new type of danger.
It's the place, it's the hot spot that elites go to do their dirty deeds. Mm-hmm. But they're going to be and how do you sell an island? I guess you sell an island to another island. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that's what they do. I don't get it.
I don't know how you sell.
I don't get it. How do you sell an island? I don't want to be isolated by myself. I know a lot of people would love that, but not me. Ooh. Mm-mm. You're away from hospitals, fire department. Mm-hmm. You're just away from everything. And even though, how long would it take me if I'm on a motorboat, to get from my island to shore? That's another thing. What if I had a heart attack? I must have a landing strip forever. Just not even. Mm-hmm. That's just too wealthy for my blood. That's all I can say. God bless the child to have an island. But anyway, there's been a lot of people that's been coming out about Tyler Perry. Yes. And how he stole the identity of Medea from a gay man in a club, I think in Georgia, I believe, and how he used to go and sit in the back, mm-hmm. and he stole this and gave nothing back. That is true. He did cater to the blacks, because I went to see one Medea show many years, probably back in the 80s, maybe. Okay. Probably back in the 80s. He's been around for a long time with the Medias. It could have been in the late 80s. No, it had to be in the early 90s. In the early 90s. Yes, in the early 90s. And I never was into the Medea. It had nothing to do with the gayness of it, because at that time, back in the early 90s, my mind wasn't on that. No. It was just like a man dressing like a woman being funny. So, but when I went to his play, it was so many church people there. And why would the church people want to go and see a man in drag? When you think about how lost we are, mm-hmm. how lack in word. But he catered to the church, but I went because one of my friends wanted to go, so I said I'll go. But I never found him funny. However, you go to a show, it's a lot of gospel singing and stuff like that. But I never found him funny. So, but I like his movies. Mm-hmm. Some of them I like, some of them I don't. Yes. But I can't say I'm not a fan of his movies. I cannot say that. I cannot lie about that, you know. And like the last one he did was Straw. I didn't know that it's like the last straw. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah. Baby, can't you explain that to me? Because I didn't know what straw meant. Mm-hmm. I thought, why would you name it straw? Like I'm thinking a drinking straw. Uh-huh. I'm not thinking like
straw.
Like a straw, like the last straw. I don't know. So anyway, Baby Cone was like, well, the last straw. I knew it had to do with something that was negative, but I'm thinking straw. However, I didn't know that the movie I never went back to see it, but listening to the commentators of it, they were saying that she was dreaming all of that. None of it was real. Yeah. She was lost. I thought that was good. So one day when I got the time and I'm not searching out news on my phone, on my computer, on TV, looking for news, not the news is there, what kind of news I want to do and what's information, because I don't want to come to you incorrect. So I didn't get a chance to look at it. So I think because I really didn't find it a great movie. I thought it was good though. I did. I just thought it was kind of corny at the end.
Yes, most definitely.
With the bomb and all that. I just thought that was corny because he could get a little corny in his movies. But I thought that was corny. But the last straw, I definitely want to see it again with new eyes. I tried looking at it, but I fell asleep. So I really want to look at it again with new eyes. What do you think? You gonna look at it with me?
Yes, I'll look at it.
Because I didn't. Did you know that it was all she has snapped?
Yes.
And I think that's why they call it snow. And another thing, what makes this movie so phony is, you have all these things go wrong with this woman. She loves her child. She loses her child. She gets evicted out of her apartment. The man gets mad. She gets fired. She goes to, it's just too much.
Yeah, that's
just that's like living in hell on the real. I mean, you know what I mean? That's like having a hellish day. That's like demonic. For all those things happen and you don't stop and say, wait a minute, I'm going home and going to bed.
That's true.
No. But no, you don't have a home because you've been evicted. It was too much. I felt as though it was too much. And sometimes Tyler can go too much with his point, and I think that's what it is. But I definitely will go back because I would like to look at it again, understanding.
Yeah, because
what do you think?
Yes, because I would like to see when was that exact moment that she snapped.
When she was carrying the baby out of the hospital, there was no baby. Right, that was just a wrapped up blanket, and the nurses and them was watching her. You mean to tell me nobody went and talked and said,
exactly.
"Come on"? And she's in the hospital, and when she's in the school, and she's this is what people help explain. She's in school, and nobody goes, and the principal or counselor, whoever's looking at her, you don't call that woman and say she need help. Jesus, and that's a school. There is no child there, and nobody. I guess that's the point of the story. But why wouldn't you try to console her or get her some help?
I don't know.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yes, I do get you. That goes slightly along with the bystander effect of you just watching it all unfold and do nothing.
But just right now, like that kind of deception, this is what Tyler Perry is all about.
Yes,
this is how he's living his life, just like the movie Straw. He's living his life like that. Like you just went too far. Whatever. I don't want to go in here judging him. I'm just saying, I just had a little tangent about the movie. Sorry about that, but I'm getting ready to go in. But my question is, did Tyler Perry homosexuality, because that to me is a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact to me now.
Yeah, at this point.
I say allegedly, but it's a fact to me. It's no way he can convince me now. Excuse me, I just said. It's no way he can convince me that he's not bisexual at the least.
Yes,
I don't think he's bisexual. I think he's a gay male. However, if he's bisexual, I'm cool with that because they say he take men and women on his island. Yes, I don't know. He could be bisexual, but I don't know. I don't know, but as far as I'm concerned, he is a gay male. And I think a lot of this is because Tyler Perry has not been as honest and upright. And I think that he has used the Christians because they are so naive and gullible. I just don't understand. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to read. I don't understand when, according to Christianity, back in the early 90s, let's go back, where men that dressed like women or did anything being gay for Christians back in the early 90s wasn't abominable. So how can that's what I'm saying. Christianity is a paradox. It's a paradox. I don't understand how they allow so much stuff go on in their faith. It's like it's like, I love you and I don't care what you do. Just bring us the word, feed us. You can't feed me if you walking crooked. I don't want to eat your food. You spiking my food with something that's not good. So why would I eat from your table if I don't trust you? If you're breaking the law, why would I eat your food? I'm just saying, you can't feed me. Do that make sense?
Yeah.
So I just put that out there. So for all you Christians out there, pay attention to who feeds you. If they got a name or their name caught up in something, you ought not sit at that table. Why? Because the word of God told you not to. The word of God said, get up and leave that church, got a tombstone on it. I mean, I'm embellishing it, but
Yeah.
it's a dead church.
Mhm.
If it's going against the word of God, if you are a true Christian, then you need to get up and leave. But many Christians get infatuated with the male or the woman, and you let them get away with that. But that's your soul.
Yeah.
That's your soul on the table. And this is no offense. You can love Tyler Perry. You can love any minister of the gospel. But when they walk in crooked, you are mundane to get up and leave that and knock the dust off your feet.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to sit under it when you know they in error. But he's about the church, but he used the church for his gain. I really do believe that. And I feel as though I never saw him as a godly man. I never have.
No.
Because I always felt like he was gay. It's always been a word on him that he's been gay. So you know where's that smoke, there's fire. So right now, just knowing that, I can't sit under him. But I do like his movies. I do. Some of them I really do like. Yes. And some of them do put us in a bad light. If he ain't putting a black man in a bad way, he's using a white woman. However, he's making movies and he's putting us out there and he's giving it from his perspective. Yes. And clearly his perspective is skewed. So you got to understand, if he's bisexual, he got problems with men, he's got problems with women, and he's not honest with himself. So first card, here he is. Number 10. Fire. He's thinking. He's got a lot of energy. He took a psychic blow. Yes. Whatever is going on, this is messing with him mentally. This is not something he's going to get out of. He feels as though he's on top of his game, though. This is a 9. He feels 9 of wands. He feels as though he's on top of his game. He feels as though he's got enough power and money. He feels as though he's got enough backing to really back him. But if you see beyond the sticks, I don't know if you can see beyond the sticks. I don't know if you can. Yep. Should I turn it this way, turn it that way?
That's good. Yeah, right there.
Seeing beyond the sticks, it's just a desert place. It's nothing back there, but it is green. So that's let you know this man got a lot of money. He got a lot of money and he's ready for the fight. He's leaning on his staff, but he's ready. He's ready to take it on. In his past, I don't know. I think things was good for him. I think that he was rejoicing. Things was coming. He thought he was living a vida loca. Nothing was happening to him. And you see here, everything was looking good for him. He was making money, making his movies, getting away with this crooked stuff that he's been doing, and everything is fine. I want to know what the future looked like, because from here to now, he's like on guard. Psychic blow. In other words, mentally, he's been hit up beside the head. Yep. He got a mark of Cain on him right now. So he's trying to hide the mark. You see the bruise? He's been kicked. Satan done kicked him right in the head. And now you see the bruise and he's on alert. He is looking and leaning, and he's leaning on his clientele of the Christian church. His future.
Yeah, it was just looking downhill from there, honestly.
He's in trouble. From what I'm seeing for the future right now, from these 3 cards, baby, you can chime in anytime you like. Okay. You know I like your opinions as well. So what I see, things in the past, he was getting away with a lot of stuff. He was getting over, stealing, doing whatever he can. Not as bad as some. He may not be as bad as the diddler. Yeah, but he's no different in a way, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, but we see him standing there with a bruise. He's ready for the fight. He's ready. He's got the green. He's got the money. He got the backing to do it. But all at the same time, he's nervous, he's scared, and he's doubting. You see this red heart here? This red heart lets me know things don't look good for him. Things don't look good for him at all. And it looks like it pierced his heart. In other words, accepting the fact I'm in trouble. This don't look like this gonna go away unless I pay big money for it. Right. You know what I mean? But it looked like right now, mentally, physically, this thing is getting the best of him. Yeah. He ain't getting away with nothing. And his head, psychologically, he's sitting up very emotional. It's a very emotional time for him, because we have the king of the King of Cups. So we know it's a very emotional time for him, very, very shady, a lot of distortion, a lot of things going on in his head right now. He's going through something. Oh, you best to believe this. And what he's standing on right now, he's standing on this night, hoping that it will go away. Hope that as it came in his life, that he can overdo it, overpower it, and get over it. He's hoping that this thing go away. But as you see, this earth is saying it's standing still. It might go away, but right now it's standing still. And what do you mean? It's lingering. This ain't going away like all the other time. This is lingering around a little bit. He's really being on the know. They're really coming out of the woodworks. This is the time for taking people down. We talked about it. We've been talking about it because, as you know, we're an esoteric station.
Yes.
So we have talked about the great change, the great shift, and that Cat Williams had already spoken it, but we already been talking about it. If you follow us, we've been talking about great changes was coming even before Cat Williams said. So we see when Cat Williams said it, we are unknown. But when the Cat Williams said it, the world said, ooh, and now you see the mighty, how the mighty is falling with their secrets and their cruelty towards others.
Yes.
Here we see above his head, we see that his future, you see, he's trying to ignore his past, the things that he's done in his past. You see the sword. This is a sword. This is about energy. This is about frequency. This is about behavior. This is about the way you think, being fast, being sneaky, doing what you want undercover, messing with people's heads, messing with people's emotions. And this is what this king is. And this queen. So this is her on a negative. This is her. And so she's looking at the king. Now he shows up as a king in the present. And in this present, you see here, he's on shady water because his past is coming up against him. He was living a vida loca.
He was.
You see, but his past is coming up against him mentally. Here, physically, he was doing it, making movies, nobody saying nothing. Somebody say something, he got away with it. I forgot Kevin or whatever, Gates or somebody he was dealing with. I forgot the person who was coming out. That's this black guy. And this was last year. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. I know you don't feel like looking it up because you would have, but this is the black guy that would come. But I think he took a settlement. I'm not sure. Allegedly, it feels like he just was run. Yeah, and then the next thing you know, he was silent. Can you find his name for me? So, and now this is the white male. So he shows me he has a preference. He like cute guys, and he like cute guys, and he like lighter guys. Obviously, he like. You know, he probably like dark-skinned guys, but I'm saying who he take on as his lovers, he's got a type. And I see therefore it's here in his presence that he's very emotional. He's got a lot of fears. He's got a lot of doubts. He's rocking and this and that. And as you see here, the main card that represents him is the Nine of Wands. And you see that he suffers a psychic blow. On the bottom card here, for his past, we see temperance. He hasn't balanced himself. He overly ate. He overly indulged. He overly did. He got cocky. He got complacent. He's not being fair. And this time his number is up. It's just that he's called to the carpet like everybody else that's coming out in 2025 that has been doing some crudball stuff for years. They're coming out in the open. Now I'm reading the cards, but I'm telling you that this is what the cards are revealing to me. Because this is temperance, and temperance is about a balance, and she deals with all elements. And here she shows up at the base, as in this is accountability. He's in his past, he wasn't called a cannibal. He was getting away with it, but it shows up in his now as in his past as you didn't, but now you are. And right next to this horse, where this is earth, this has to deal with his emotions. This has to deal with his feelings. Earth has to deal with everything. We are bodies, we are physical, and we house emotions. And so emotions can weigh us down. Sadness can weigh our bodies down to what? Down to the earth. So you see that this is an earth card, but this card could be a positive card, but because it's a black horse means that trouble, darkness is arising. So the horse stops to collect, to think and figure out how am I going to maneuver this. But temperance, because in the past being cocky, not taking precautionary measures and doing what he wants, and now his past is coming up against him. In his future here, I see here again, we see a whole lot of cups going on here. So what we see here, we see a lot of cups and we see a lot of blue. So therefore contemplation, and we also see a lot of cups, a lot of things. He's afraid. He doesn't want to go to jail. He doesn't want to pay extravagant about money. He's got to come out with the fact he's gay. He's looking at what happened to Diddy. He doesn't want to be exposed like that. He's thinking about his business. So all the dirt that he has done in his past, which is many, because here it shows a 10, and it shows that when he was at the 10, at his highest peak, he was making money and getting over. Now you see here in his future, here you see the red heart, that you know what, your kingdom of what you was hiding is coming down. It's imploding on you, and you got to give an account. And his outcome card is a burden. A burden. This is a burden. He's standing tall, but he is burdened down.
Sure.
Burdened down with this. This thing is not good for him. It's burdened. He's burdened down. Trust and believe. He's not a happy camper. He's worried. He's probably not sleeping very well. Clearly, you know, you see that 7. He's all caught up in them 7 deadly sins, and it's coming home. The chicken is coming home to roost. Cock-a-doodle-doo, my friend. And it's sad to see another black man. Another one. It saddens and sickens me. And the rooster's coming home to roost, and he just can't get away from it. So baby Cone, you have a question that you want to ask. Any question?
My question is,
if you don't have one, you don't have one.
I would like to know, would Tyler Perry ever be willing to confront his sexuality?
Will he ever be able to deal with it? I'm thinking I want to go here or here. Here. I'm going to go here because this is what I picked. It's looking behind him. No, not right now. No. This is his biggest problem. He runs and try to keep it behind him, but he's always looking back. Shows me he has no peace in his life. His past is always coming up. It's always greeting him in the face, and he's always looking back. Even though he has much, his past precedes him. And that's what it shows on the cards here. It's looking, his past is always connected to him. No matter how he tries to get away from it, no matter how much he tries to get away from his past, no matter how much he wants to run, his past comes up, and it's like a burden that's on his back, that's weighing him down, because he knows he has done some crudball stuff. He knows that he hasn't been faithful. However, he is a man of God. He is a believer. That's just struck to me. So this makes his way heavy. He's a man of God and sin. He's in a backslidden space, and he's been doing it for a long time. Now the chickens has come home to roost. It's heavy. It's heavy when you know to do right and you do wrong. So this is a man that do believe in Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior, but he is a hypocrite, and his hypocrisy is catching up with him, and he is in a bind, and he knows that this stuff is coming out, and it ain't nothing he can do about it. Nothing. And right now, I don't even know if it's money, because he's running into stuff. Why? Because he's so busy looking behind him, because his past is overtaking him and overshadowing him, and he can't lie no more. That's why I said, I'm just going to say, from everything I've heard from all the years gone by, it is safe for me to say that I believe that Tyler Perry is a homosexual male. And I think he has done a disjustice to the church, which I belong to and which I was a minister in back in those days training. And yet he was getting over. I'm glad that it was something about his movies, and not his movie, his shows. I didn't like them. I went to one. It was decent. It was something to do. Went with the girls on my job. It was something to do, but I never liked those kind of movies. I just don't like those singing kind of churchy. I just don't like those plays like that. That's just me. I don't judge anybody who does. I don't know. Even when I went to see that Candy Coated Night, when they had that, what was it? A couple of years ago, a few years back, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I don't know, where she gave it, and you were supposed to dress up in your Renaissance or whatever. Oh, I did it. But when I went there, I couldn't even tell it was a play that Candy did. Candy and Todd. It was crowded. It was no seats. And that's why I said anything churchy and stuff, I don't deal with it. I don't like it. But his was in a good place. Hers was in a good place, but the neighborhood was not good. Absolutely not at all. And it was no seats. I talked about it and I regret spending my money and going. I love Candy, but that's the truth from my perspective. But anyway, this reading is not about Candy. This just ramp me to those people that run these kind of plays. It was in a decent place. It probably was in the Lyric. I don't know where it was back then. It could have been in the Lyric. I think that's a place where you get plays here in Maryland. But anyway, it was big. It was a beautiful place. But I didn't particularly care for it. The singing, it's just not my thing. That's all I can say. I'm not a musical person. I mean, I like Grease and Bye Bye Birdie, stuff like that. But cut that out, Market. And so I'm not into things like that. So, but nevertheless, back to his reading, he's facing very hard times. He's have a heavy heart. He's got to give an account for a lot of things that he has done. He is looking back. His past is catching up with him. And there's nothing he could do. His dark secrets are coming out, not just from people who know him back then, but the world is starting to see who Tyler Perry is. His music, his movies are starting to get critiqued. People are complaining about not only him, but his movies. So Tyler Perry is under a lot of pressure from his peers, and rightfully so. And you know what, Tyler? Getting men drunk, wanting to have sex with them. Why don't you just come on out? The world knows you're gay. You made enough money. Just come on out. Instead of talking about the black man and their flight and the black woman and put them in it, why don't you start making movies about a secretive homosexual, what it's like to live a double life? Why don't you come on and make some real about your story? Instead of making embellishing stories and making the black man look bad, why don't you come on and say about your story? Why don't you give us a tale what it's like to live a double life and being gay and being married? You don't have to be married to the church. You could use that, or being married and show it, because in his movies, they don't really show him kissing women or anything like that. So we know he's gay. And even if, I'm going to leave that alone, but they don't show that a lot of times, but in his movies. But I'm feeling like, why don't you make a real story about you?
Yes.
How about that? What it's like for a gay man to live a lie? Mm-hmm. What it's like when you go home? What it's like? Why don't you make a story like that instead of always finding the worst in a black woman, or the worst in a black man, and the worst in a white man? Because you show them all in bad characters to me. So why don't you make a story about what it's like about being a secretive homosexual? How about that?
Yep, that would work.
That would work. I'm sure you will make a very good story. And I'm sure that if you be good, I think it will do good for you. Why don't you do that? Why don't you? What do you think, baby Crones?
Definitely. Yeah,
I think so. So anyway, this is what I see for Tyler Perry. I see Tyler Perry is very stressed, very burdened, heart's heavy. He knows he's in trouble. He's not walking away free this time. He's got a lot of flack coming from him from the north, the south, the east, and the west. He's got trouble. He's closed in, and it ain't nothing he could do about it but just sit there and wait until his time comes. Is he sentenced to go to court?
Let's see.
He needs to be taken to court. People just be suing. People be suing. He needs to go to court. Y'all need to stop settling and take this man to court. Because this is unfair. It is unfair that he constantly do this. He has learned nothing, but he's learning today. His past is coming up and choking the hell out of him, and he needs it.
There's no court date.
See what I'm saying? See, they just suing for the money, because a lot of times, a lot of these men feel embarrassed because they are males, and he goes after heterosexual males. But y'all need to sue him. Y'all need to stop. Y'all want to go to fame so bad, you'll sell your soul.
Yes, you will.
You sell your soul. It is easy when he does this. Why don't you you want to be in the movie so bad that you're a sellout. And I have to speak it. And I can't blame Tyler for that.
Mm-mm.
And then at the end, when you've been duped and you've been led astray, now you want to go and sue him for an exuberant amount of money. However, whatever you're going through ain't worth $260 million. Is that what it is?
Yes.
It ain't worth that. So I don't care who's suing who. That's outrageous. However, no one sues him, and that's what needs to be taken. So therefore, all of you men, stop. Why don't you just come on out and say, you know what? It's not just women, but it's men too.
Yes.
We get the short end of the stick too. We get on the casting couch too. They take advantage of us. They send us. They get us drunk. They sodomize us. They do to us what they do to you, if not worse.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that we are males and knowing that this will count as a strike against us. So y'all don't go after the mighty Tyler Perry. Instead, you go and try to sue him. Don't sue him. Take him to court. Sue him in court. That's what you do. Get a lawyer. You don't know one? I know a good lawyer that will really take that. What's his name?
Tony Busby.
Go him. He's always looking to take down these high, powerful men, white or black. Mm-hmm. He's willing, and he's good at that. So what I have to say about this reading, it just leaves me with Tyler Perry is under a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. His past is coming up to haunt him. He is being haunted by his past. He has made a lot of money. He has done good things, but he shrouded a lot of things with his homosexuality act, his things. And his chickens are coming home to roost. He's not getting away with these things anymore. They're lying. But until somebody take the nerve to sue him, that's where the rubber meets the road. And that's when he will stop. Right now, if it's something he could get out of, he's going to get out of. If it's something he could pay, because like I said, in the back, you see nothing but green. So there is money. If he could get out of it, he's going to sweep this away too. And there he goes. He get away with it again. But I tell you today, his days are numbered. He better check himself because he's about to go down. Trust and believe that. The burden, he ain't feel nothing. This card leaves with burden. It is scarring you and it's messing you up. You need to come clean and change your life, Tyler, and get yourself together. Thus say Miss Barney. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you like this kind of stuff, please give us a thumbs up. Hit the bell. We really appreciate it. Baby Crone, you want to take us out?
Okay, yes. Like she said, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and this content and what the cards Miss Bonnie had to say about the whole Tyler Perry situation.
And she was a Christian because she was my sister and she is a devout Christian. And when I was thinking to name this card, it said Miss Bonnie. And I said, it was Miss Angie, which was my other sister who was deceased, but it said Miss Bonnie. And so I named my deck Miss Bonnie. So when you hear me saying she has a mind of her own, okay? So go ahead, Baby Crone.
Yes, and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We really mean a lot to this channel. We would really appreciate it. Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
So much.
Thank you for your support.
Yes. Speaking of support, please share this video with anybody that is into Tyler Perry or you want to give them a different perspective on Tyler Perry, or hey, you enjoy what the cards had to say about Tyler Perry and you might want to change somebody's perspective. Share our video and play it forward.
Yeah. See, like right here, you see how this card, you can't see but the back of this card. And see, look, this is his past. He's been living on this so long. But this card as an end, you see he's still looking back. His past is preceding him. He can't get away with it. It's coming up on him. All the things that he's done is coming out. I just hope that somebody sue him, not out of meanness, out of that this is not a joke and that, you know what, Tyler, you've been doing this too long. It's too long and you ain't learning nothing. And so, you know what, when you're not doing something, when you know to do the right thing and you don't do it, then life do it for you.
Yes.
And with that, remember that that's for anyone out there. If you know to do right or you know what to do and you continually not to do it, life will do it for you. And that you don't want because it takes no mercy and it holds prisoners. So with that being said, we thank you and we hope you enjoyed this reading. And you know what we have to say? Sunflowers.